Hello everyone. Today we are talking about household equipment. In this picture you can see the hand grinder and you can also see the fan. I am Dr. Anjana Agarwal and today we have the expert Ms. Manisha Gaur, who is well versed in handling the household equipment, teaching about them, and she will explain you what are the criteria we should look forward by selecting the equipment and how to maintain the household equipments. Now, there are various terms we commonly use in household equipment: the tools, appliances, equipment, instruments. Let us see in this picture. You can see the percolator, how this is functioning, but we are talking about variety of tools, variety of appliances which we commonly used in the home. Let us define what is the tool.
Hello everyone, thank you Dr. Agarwal for introducing me so well. So I am basically here to tell you about how you can use household equipment. So first I will start with the various nomenclature of an household equipment, like we have tools, we have equipments, we have instrument and appliances, so many scientific names. So we will now try to simplify them and to understand what they actually mean.
So here it is written as tool is any item or device that is usually held in hand.
Yeah.
This is in hand to do the task. It will open the bottle from this area and it will open the can. Next is appliance. What is appliance, madam?
Appliance is a one unit that you have in your household to do a particular activity. So there are like various subunits. You have a tool. Tool is nothing but anything that you use to do a particular activity. And appliance is nothing but a combination of various tools held together. For example, if you see, this is, as we can all see, it's an electric
This is an
heater.
appliance.
Yeah. So we have, if we take it into a one unit, then it is an appliance. But you can, detach it. So these are the tools that are there to make the appliance do a particular job.
So we use terms like instrument, we use a measuring instrument.
If you see a measuring instrument, then the measuring instrument is, it can be used as an instrument also that you use for doing a particular activity. But if you take a refrigerator as a whole, then it have trays and many other subunits.
Okay.
Imbibe into it so that it will become as a one unit.
Here we are seeing the equipment. Anything that is aiding the work to do any kind of activity is equipment that is generally used for labor saving, time saving, with efficient performance and better outcome of the activity. Am I right, madam?
Yes, absolutely, because equipment is nothing but the combination of all the things that we have just discussed here, like tool, device, appliance, instrument. So anything that help us in doing a particular activity, that will come under the umbrella name, that is equipment.
Now I see the other word, instrument, a mechanical or electronic tool that is generally used for delicate or precision work, such as measuring instrument. Here we can see the pictures of a balance. Another picture we see the measuring cylinder. Another picture we see the cup. And this cup, one is measuring 1 cup, another is measuring half cup. So these are instrument, I suppose. We also use the musical instruments.
Yes.
Then we do not use the word appliance.
Yeah, they are basically precisely for one purpose to execute.
And wherever the measurement is required,
Yes,
precision, fineness is required.
Yes, absolutely.
Let us see further. This also saying there are two kinds of equipments. One is electrical and one is non-electrical.
Non-electrical are also known as mechanical. So by the name itself, non-electrical one are the one that we use by using our hand. We don't require any other energy to do it. So if we are talking about the electrical equipment, so electrical equipment are the equipments which we use by using electrical energy. For example, you can see this blender. These are the electrical equipments which will function only if you provide them electrical energy. So same, we have like one more thing like the blower. So this will also require to be plugged in into the socket so that the electrical supply can be supplied to it. So now we will move to non-electrical equipment.
Yes, I'll keep showing you non-electrical, as you told us, the kitchen utensils. Everybody knows about it. And this is knife. and this is sieve. This is rolling pin or the balan. This is grater, and this is another type of.
Here I would like to add one more thing, Dr.
Yeah.
Agarwal. Like we have this blender that we have shown in the earlier.
Right, right.
So the same thing that you do it by using your hand, that will require more energy and more time will take. So it will require physical work more than the electrical work.
And I think in this category we can also use the cooking stove, pressure
Yes.
cooker, and because they are not used with the electricity. So we have some criteria how we should select. Some of them are need based selection, saving of the time, money and energy, easy to clean, safe, cost effectiveness, and after sales services. Please explain each one of it in detail to our learners.
So first we will begin with need-based selection of the product. So I will start this thing with a simple example. Like if you are living alone and you are living in a hostel or away from your home and you need to do your everyday activities by your own, you don't have any other help. So you have purchased a 7,000 food processor which will have all the things. It will have juicer, it will have grinder, mixer, grater, atta making, and everything is there. But you just require to do
Only to make the milkshake.
Exactly. So you need to be very clear what is your need, and accordingly we need to have the product. Otherwise you will just end up wasting more than saving.
So I think we should not purchase any kind of thing because others have it.
I know,
Or
and yeah.
and somewhere we have gone, it is cheap, let us have it, it will work somewhere, sometime or the other. So that
Yes.
should not be the criteria
Yes.
while purchasing or selecting any equipment.
Yes.
What is the second criteria?
Second criteria that we are going to discuss is on how an equipment can be useful in saving your money, energy and other inputs.
Okay.
I can also take one example of cooking. You have two options of cooking. Like if you have to make pulses and things like that, you need to soak it into the water and then you have to
Pressure cook it.
Yeah, pressure cook it so that it becomes moist and tender. So for that, earlier it was suggested that you can just put it in a pan and just boil
Keep
it.
at least
Yes.
1 hour to cook the dal. But in pressure cooker we can save the time and
Exactly,
energy, and
yeah.
of course energy in the form of fuel also we
Fuel
will save it.
also,
So let us
exactly.
see the third point. Cleaning is very tough task, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Can we
yes.
use it for this at the time of selection?
While selecting, it's also very important that you look for the appliances which are easy to clean or the cleaning tools are easily available. Otherwise, small particles will get stuck into the various minute corners,
Right.
and that will impact the efficiency and functioning of it in the longer run.
So does that material of the equipment also support in cleaning?
Exactly. Like you have, if you take an example of two equipment, one is stainless steel and one is iron. If you don't clean iron well, then on the edges it will start
Rusting.
But instead you have stainless steel which is like more user friendly and you can wash it in either way and it will be.
And I think nowadays we are having the anodized cookware.
Anodized cookware
They are
as
very
well.
easy to clean. So nobody
Yes.
wants to purchase the brass cookware or the iron cookware because of the ease in cleaning only. Is it right?
Yes.
Another criteria is safety is very, very important.
Exactly.
So please tell something more about to our learners.
Whenever we go for electrical appliances purchase, we always look for the standardization mark. Like we have Bureau of Indian Standards and we have other standardization authorities that give their own safety marks. For example, this is a blower. It converts electric energy into the heat energy. And in this case, there is a major issue and major danger of getting short circuit
Right.
and fire.
So safety is very much required in electrical
Safety is very
equipments.
important in this case. So you can see here, it's called an ISI mark. So whenever you go for purchase of any electrical appliances, you need to look for the ISI mark and other Indian standardization mark so that they will ensure the quality and the safety of that product.
So there may be any other things also for the safety?
Yes, this is the main circuit board. Here we can see a lot of socket pans. So it's pretty easy to identify which one is the workable condition and which one is like needs repair and it's broken. These three are not in the functional state, these are broken, and these two are in the normal state and they are functional. So it's important to have a good material used in making such tools items as well.
I would like to add one more point here. So when you purchase any kind of thing, so these are the joints. So sometime with the use or while selecting or keeping, or we must see these joints also, because if these joints are loose or showing any kind of free wire or open wire, this can be very harmful.
Next criteria that we need to understand and we need to be very carefully observing is the cost. After all, it always end into the cost of the actual material. If you can afford the cost, then only you can think of buying a particular material. So for knowing well the MRP or the maximum retail price of the product that you are going to purchase, it's important to look at the label and to read out the other instruction and the main MRP of the product as well. The next and the last criteria that we have to look for the selection, it's more important from the user point of view than from the seller point of view. It comes when you have actually purchased your final product, that is after sales. Like whenever we purchase an electrical equipment, we are always being worried about how will it function after a while. Like instantly you will not get to know the actual usage, but after a while you will see what damages and what malfunctioning it will start showing in. For that thing you need to be very aware of the after sales services that are being provided by the manufacturer or the seller to the product that you have purchased. And in this case what we look for are like 3 R's.
Repair first, then replace and then refund. We will also learn how to care and how to maintain the household equipments. Let us see what is the care we should take. The correct selection you have already told us.
Yes.
Then correct operation. We must know how to operate. For example, this is one instrument. I have to hold it, I have to plug it. But I do not know this is detachable. This is detachable. These things are kept aside and I do not know how to fix it and operate it, then it will not be of my use. So I must know how to operate it, and this is the button. We can change the setting and the speed. So all these things should be known to us before operating it. Then another very good point is good care and maintenance. We cannot use and throw, we have to reuse the thing. So we have to maintain it. In this equipment you have to see the plug point many times. If this is by chance is in the kitchen, some hot pan is put over it, this wire will be open. So before operating it should be very clean or should be repaired before use. Do not touch any equipment, particularly when it is functioning, with the wet hand or the feet. Ensure that plug is tightly fixed in the socket. Can you show?
Yeah, so you have this plug and you need to be very sure that it fixed tightly into the socket so that the electric current can supply directly into the appliances and prevents the short circuit to take place.
And some have 3-pin plug. What is the purpose of 3-pin and 2-pin?
So these 2 pins are like red wire and the black wire, and the third one is for the earth. When you need more electric supply into your appliance, so you need to provide the third wire called as a earth wire. So that
and what is the purpose of that?
So that the extra electric current can just pass to the earth and it will prevent the short circuit.
Okay, so that is very important. I can see it here that if you get the current or shock from any equipment, do not use it again until it has been repaired. The picture is showing that that person is getting the electric shock.
Yes.
So we have to be very, very careful. We should not pull that person from the electric shock. We switch off the electric shock, then only you can save the person's life. Otherwise, it can be very threatening also. Let us see what are the other care. Fuse. What is the role of the fuse? We keep on hearing about it.
Yeah, the main function of the fuse It cut off the electric supply. The moment any excessive supply comes from the main circuit, it just cut off the supply.
In every house we have the MCB cutoff socket at home. You can see in the picture also. So wherever there is a high voltage, it automatically cuts off and switch off the light circuit or electric circuit. This is very important. What type of clothes we should wear? Ma'am, please tell us.
Our parents also used to say at our time that you don't need to wear nylon clothes while you are going out for firing crackers. So the same thing applies here also. You don't need to wear, you always wear cotton clothes while you are
Working in the kitchen.
Working in the kitchen with fire and with electricity or other hazardous things like that. You will never wear, or you should not wear nylon clothes because it catches fire so fast and then it will just stick to your flesh.
We should not also use the free flow type of clothes when cooking. If by chance it is there and with the air it is flowing, it can burn. So always use any kind of tongue while removing any kind of utensil from the stove. Thoroughly clean all the household equipment we have mentioned earlier also.
This is the fan that runs, so you don't have to tamper with this thing. You have to just keep it like that and you don't have to put your hand over to it, right? Otherwise the air will not come from this vent.
So we have to be very careful how to clean it, and we have to be clean it regularly to prevent the dust and the grease, because all these dust and grease can easily catch the fire, and that is the importance of cleaning regularly. And particularly do not clean when they are on or functioning. Immediately replace the cracked rubber in the cooker. You can see the gasket, we call it, the exposed wire, buttons or tubes, anything which is either in the stove, either in the electric equipment. Do not use again and again without replacing it. Do not use any cut or exposed wire in the electric equipment. This is again a dangerous thing. Ma'am, please tell something about the gas cylinder. We keep hearing lot of accidents. What care we should have?
So you have to be very aware of how to use the gas cylinder. When your gas cylinder is empty and you have to replace it with another one, you have to just unlock the switch or the lock and then you have to remove the cylinder and then have to put the another one. So be very careful so that any kind of gas emission should not happen.
Every household use the pressure cooker, but we have to be careful with the weight, with the gasket and with the valve. So anything is repairable, anything need repair has to be replaced before reusing the pressure cooker. We are seeing lot of things which are anodized, Nirlay, and the same buy use the same scrubber. What can happen if we use the same scrubber for the steel as well as for the Nirlay saucepan?
Steel is a very strong metal, so it can bear all the wear and tear. But if you have like you have Nirlay, then it has the coating on the edges and on the bottom surface. So if you use that iron scrubber to scrub the edges or the leftover food from it, then it will alongside will take out the coating
layer
as well.
coating us, and that will very harmful.
Exactly.
And sometimes it will scratch the pan when you second time put the food into it. That small particles may not be visible, but slowly will reach to your system, and very harmful for your health also.
Exactly.
Now we are using this microwave oven and all this. I think they also need a regular cleaning.
Yes, they do require regular cleaning. They have like steel tray or the glass pan.
What care they require besides cleaning?
So the care that they require is you have to don't keep it open when you have nothing in there.
Okay, that is very important.
Yes,
follow instruction carefully before every use.
Yes.
Thank you, Manisha ji. We have our opportunity to have the discussion within, and I think our learners have got lot of benefit with your guidance and take care of their equipments in the household in future also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.